What's going on, everybody, man? It's your boy, Nick Frazier, and your guy, Marcus Fitzpatrick, man. My voice almost back. It's almost back.
Yes.
It's almost back, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we talking about tonight? We talking about Malik Blocton. We talking about the interior of the defense, man. You know what's coming up next. Water Cooler Talk Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what happens. Eugene Estante, introduce us, my guy.
Boys and girls of all ages, you're tuned into the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, the biggest podcast in the world. Yeah.
You are now tuned in to Water Cooler Talks, covering everything you love about college football, especially everything going down in the SEC Conference. So, if you love college football, you need to lock in. And now, your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler. As always, my name is Nick Frazier, and the other person you hear him or you see him, tell him who you are, boss man.
It's Fitzpatrick. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yes, man. We appreciate y'all so much for always coming around the water cooler and rocking with us around the water cooler, as always. And before we get into it, man, make sure you follow us on Facebook at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk. On Twitter, follow us on Twitter at CoolestPod23. Follow us on Twitter at CoolestPod23. Follow us on Twitter at CoolestPod23. We're trying to grow our Twitter following. And while I'm on that, we're doing edits now. So if you know a recruit, if you know somebody that is looking to make a decision, we are doing edits. And it's on our Twitter page. It's pinned at the top. If you are a recruit or athlete and you want some edits done, holla at your boys. We'll get it done for you, man. We make that happen for you, man. So shout out to y'all, man. And of course, subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell button here on YouTube. So you know when we go live, when we post videos, and when we go live again. You never know, man. That's what happens, man. We are like 5 people away from hitting 600 subscribers on YouTube, man. We 5 away.
Oh, yeah. Get us there. Get us there.
Help us get there, man. We appreciate you so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler, man. As always, excuse me, man. I appreciate that so much. We almost getting back. The voice is almost back, man. The voice is almost back. It's almost there, man. I'm feeling the strength. I'm feeling it. It is almost there, man. But I'm here.
That's what I want to hear right now.
I'm feeling it, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Let's take a look in the comments, see what's going on in the comments, man. JT with the quote of the day. The intro for the quote of the day is almost done, JT. It's almost done. It should be ready by Wednesday or Thursday. Just letting you know, it should be ready. He said, dominance doesn't come from the size or the strength, but it comes from the state of mind. I like that.
Hey, JT with the quote.
It doesn't come from the size. It comes from the strength, but it comes from the state of the mind. The mental is what he talking about. Shout out to JT for that, man. We appreciate that, man. He said he will not be because a man named Keldrick Falk will be. Oh my God, we getting into it already. Keldrick Falk. I like that. Okay, all right. Auburn Dad, man, what's going on, man? He said, War Eagle, let's go. What's up, man? Auburn Dad said 110% he will be. That's what he said.
Okay.
The legend of Sweet Sugar Bear Williams is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. You know what's going on. What's going on, Huggy? I feel you, man. Malik is my grandkid's cousin. Really? You got grandkid? What?
Oh yeah, you ain't know. He got a pet.
I did not know this. Shout out to JaVale, the king of the comments. What's going on?
Yeah, he got quite a few.
How you feel about the Bills and free agents? We'll talk about that at halftime. Hold on, I'm gonna hold on to that comment. Because free agency has been wild in the NFL. NFL at halftime. Free agency has been wild. I'm telling you that, man. 50 Cent, what up, 50? What's going on, man? Curtis,
Mini. Let me stop. Fuck 50 Cent, sue me.
Mini men, I say it. Let the pun me. I'm just playing. We basically swapped Josh Palmer for Mac Hollis. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about it because I got some stuff to talk about in NFL free agency as well, man. The Huggy Beard says Travell. He says Nicholas. That's my government name. He says Marcus. What's going on with you, my guy? Auburn Dad for Life comes in and said, "Woo woo, what's up, man? Dad?"
Auburn Dad in the building, chilling in the
y'all
cut.
still talking. Y'all still talking that NFL talk. We're gonna talk about that at halftime. Hold on, hold your horses. King Richard, man, what's going on? War Eagle to you, my guy.
What's up, King?
Huggy, my man, what's up, man? Y'all still talking that NFL stuff. Y'all must want to talk a little NFL stuff. We're gonna talk some of it. We're gonna talk a little bit of it sometime. We may get back to talking about some NFL stuff.
Everybody just getting comfortable.
We may get back talking about some NFL stuff, but we definitely gonna still be about college football. So you know what it is. Let's see what's going on, man. We hope y'all doing good, man. Shout out to Carlton Davis. Carlton Davis with the $60 million contract, 3 years. 34.5 million guaranteed to the Patriots, bro. I'm telling you,
they're paying money.
They guaranteed money, man. They guaranteed money. It's hey, I'm telling you.
Let's shout out to him because he supposed to really be on the downside of his career right now.
That man, he just had an injury last year. That man to be fine. He good. He just had a little down year last year. That man still that man still got to be one of the top cornerbacks in the league. He got to be top. You got DJ Reed. You got would you say Isaiah? One of the top cornerbacks.
You still got Jalen Ramsey. You still got
Jalen Ramsey. Are you saying really?
You still Jalen Ramsey the ball. Then you got Javier Alexander.
Okay. I'm just saying. I'm thinking DJ Reed, maybe Isaiah Rodgers. I put Carlton Davis in that thing.
They made an impression from Philly.
I'm just saying, bro. I don't know.
The
Patriots did some work. They stole my guy from the Panthers today, man. The D lineman from the Eagles. He was about to sign with the Panthers, and then next thing you know, I got a tweet alert. I got an alert saying that man signed for 104 with the Patriots. I was like, man, come on, Panthers, what we doing? It is what it is, though. Yep, Nick Sochi it's almost back. It's almost back, man. It's still got a little hiccup, but we'll be all right, man. It's coming back. What's happening, Huggy? JT, Auburn Dad, what's going on? Yes, sir, King Richard. Curtis Jackson comes in and says, Blocton snaps, or there's a true freshman. And that's rare in the middle of the line. He's a star in the making. One hundo. Okay. Say Nick, real talk. Is you growing the beard back because we was busting out? No. Nah, man. I'm probably gonna cut it again. Probably like in the next couple of weeks, I'm probably gonna cut it again. But man.
They just go with
what man told me I look like an 11th grader. All I needed was a book bag. Who said that? Was that JT that said I look like an 11th grader? All I needed was a book bag or something like that? That's crazy. That's funny, man. I'm ready to talk some NFL. I'm ready to get into it. Hey, man, we may have to get back to it. You got to go look at some of our early shows from when we was talking NFL talk. Man, we had some really good shows when we first came on. We were talking about all type. We were talking all sports. So, it is what it is. It is
very intense shows.
Very intense shows. There's some very intense shows when we first started.
We are very chill.
They were great shows. I'm telling you that, man. Huggy, that's a crazy. He said Marcus Harris' little brother would be better than him. He said, Huggy, that's a crazy sentence. It is what it is. All right, fellas, let's get into it, man. Marcus Harris. As we all know. Not Marcus Harris, Malik Blocton. I'm thinking of his brother, man. Jesus Christ, Lord have mercy. Basically the same person. Here's what it is. Basically the same person. Anyway, Malik Blocton came out last year and he raised some eyebrows on this Auburn's defense on the interior. Came in and was like, yeah, you know what, man? I'm taking over. I'm the guy. I can do that. And he showed why. He had a partner in crime with him with Quintel Travis Johnson, who also helped Johnson Travis, who also helped him out as well on that interior. I'm gonna ask you this question, Marcus. Will he be the dominant force on this defensive line come for the 2025 season? Are we looking at Malik Blocton and are we saying this guy will be all SEC at the end of the year? Are we saying this guy could be an All-American by the end of the year? Are we saying that?
I think he can at times. For us to be successful, especially in our run defense, he's going to have to look like it a lot of times, especially with how many snaps he got last year. And we gonna need him to step up and be a big force in that interior. But I'm going back to what JT said. I think Keldrick Falk on that defensive line should be the biggest presence for us to at least have some type of run defense. I feel like Blocton has to play a big role in that. And I think he had 16 tackles last year, 13 assists, 1.5 sacks, 4 tackles for loss. So the window is there for him. So you know what I'm saying? And he only started 2 games. He got a lot of snaps, but the window is there for him. I think he can be all SEC. I really think he can be all SEC.
I'm looking at this guy, and I'm looking at the versatility that he provides, that he can offer on this defensive line. Could he potentially be a guy that can play a little outside? Could he potentially be a guy that can come off the edge some? Because my thing is, when I look at these college guys, I look at how these guys can translate to the next level.
To the NFL.
I look at that. I look at how these guys can potentially translate to the next level. I think he played at under 300 pounds last year. And for somebody that plays on the inside, that is a little bit small. Especially when you bumping and bumping with guys that are 310, 320 plus, especially at center and guard. The thing is, man, I sit back and I look at what he did on the field. I think he's strong enough. I think he's quick enough, but the thing is, can he add another 10 to 15 pounds, maybe 20 pounds on that frame and still have the exact excuse me, I'm not gonna say the exact, but similar quickness, twitchiness. Can he still carry that weight? In the words of Hugh Freeze, I want to see his ankles. I want to see what his ankles look like.
Does he play interior at the next level?
That's a good question. I mean, because that's the thing. I think he played at like 288 or 290 last year. Something like that.
He's an NFL defensive end to me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's quick enough where you can put him on the end he can almost be a stand-up. He can be a stand-up rush. He can almost play that buck position that Auburn has. In that position where he can stand up on the end of the line. He can kind of be that tweener between the outside linebacker and that stand-up defensive end position. But that's the thing, though. If he puts on, can he put on 10, 15 plus more pounds and still be effective with what we saw last year? Can he add to his repertoire package of moves and everything that he has done so far 15, 20 pounds heavier? Because that's where he's going to need to be at if he's going to be a three tech at the next level. He's going to need to be at least 3. He's going to need to be 305, 310, somewhere in that range to bump with those type of guys in the middle. I mean, don't get it twisted. I'm not sitting here saying that there are guys that haven't done it, around the 300 pound mark. But just for what he's going to have to go through in a full 18 game season, when he gets to the NFL, he's gonna have to add a little weight onto him. He'll have to add a little weight to him.
See, I ain't mean to be rude, and then I was looking up something. So I was looking up. Aaron Donald is 6'1", 280. So if he can get stronger and use that as a weapon, hey, who's to say he could be Aaron Donald? I agree with you. He could be that.
I agree with you, but he's 6'3", 2 inches tall. He's 2 inches taller. Well, at least is what he's listed at. At least is what he's listed at. He's listed at 6'3". So with Aaron Donald, let's look at this. Looking at Aaron Donald being 2 inches shorter, a little bit lower center of gravity, stronger. He can control that paint. We all know how strong Aaron Donald was. We know this. We know. You saw it. You saw the work ethic that he did during the summer. You saw the type of workouts that he was doing through.
You don't think Blocton got that same work ethic?
No, I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just saying when I look at him, I'm saying when you see somebody that's 6'3" and they're 290, that's kind of undersized. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely agree with that. I agree with that point.
If you 6'3", I mean, and we talking real technical here. You know, we talking real finite stuff here that scouts look at when they're looking at the guy at the next level. To be completely honest with you, what we saw from Malik Blocton last year at that position that he played was very raw. He was very raw talent. You know what I'm saying? You kind of saw him. You kind of saw okay. You know how when you were in high school, when you were in high school and you just better than the other people on the other side. So you really didn't have to work on technique for real. That's kind of what we saw a little bit, you know, with Malik Blocton. Is he gonna be able, is he gonna get better with his hands? Is he gonna get better with not letting the offensive guy get into his chest so easily? Is he gonna be better with extending out and being able to control a man? Which is where the strength comes in. Is he going to be able to control somebody like that, be able to get off blocks, and be able to get in the backfield and play 1 yard on the other side of the line of scrimmage? Is he going to be able to do that? At 291 against at 6'3", 291 against, you know, potentially what you're looking at guys that are like 6'3", 320 at a guard position. I don't know, man.
If he gets stronger, who's to say? Like you said, where Aaron he got stronger. Like you said, it's about controlling that gap at the end of the day. Like you were just alluding to. So if he can get strong enough to bench press a man and to sit him in that gap, that's where he gonna get his bread at. So, like, in with defensive pass rushing, if he's like you said, if he's able to use his speed and his takeoff and stay low, like. He's at a dangerous size right now, but like you said, he's undersized. So it's on him how he wants to use that.
And maybe, and to be completely honest with you, maybe Aaron Donald is the comp for him. Maybe that's where he wants to be at. Maybe that is the way that he's going to model his game after, and maybe that's the way he's going to end up, you know, trying to project to be in the next 2 to 3 years, you know, and things, stuff like that. But when you look at the guys that Auburn has recruited behind him, when you look at a Dallas Walker who's 6'4", 300 and almost 30 pounds, when you look at a Jordan Crawford who's 6'5", almost 330 pounds, Malik Autry 6'5", you know, these guys are mammoth type dudes.
We getting gap control defensive linemen.
That's what I'm saying.
Getting defensive linemen that can lean forward and control the gap just alone.
So here's the question. Are we looking at a potential move to him? And this brings another question in my mind though. So are we looking at a potential move of where Malik Blocton could be transitioning to a buck edge position? Could he be doing that? I mean, because if you look at what Auburn's bringing in that interior with the 3 tech and the nose tackle, could we be seeing him potentially get more run as a edge rusher?
I think he will be first. I don't think we will see that at Auburn per se. I think that's an NFL situation.
Yeah,
and I also say that with Malik, first of all, I expect him to eventually become a leader on this defense. And with him at that size, you can easily put him in at third down to rush the quarterback.
Very true.
So if he gets stronger, man, like I said, the sky's the limit for that guy. If he gets stronger, it's a situation where his technique and his gap control could be through the roof with his size. And added on to that, if he, you know what I'm saying, with speed and his pass rushing ability, it could be a problem. But like I said, but you got to also think with this year, with the edge rush that we have, you know, coming back, it's gonna be a lot of one-on-one situations for him, especially in pass rush situations. I feel like it's gonna be a lot of one-on-one situations for him. So he gonna have an opportunity to show what that size can do.
Yeah, this year is gonna be this is gonna be the telltale year for him this year, because I feel like there's a lot of talent behind him. Prototypical. When I'm gonna say this. There's a lot of prototypical size at the position that he plays that's coming in behind him, and they're talented as well. So, but he's talented as well too. You know what I'm saying?
The thing about it is, like me and you played defensive line. It's a great situation to have a lot of depth at defensive line where you can just rotate your whole defensive line.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, when you get into that situation where you can just rotate, call a second unit, and you don't miss a beat, man, that's a great situation to have. That especially when we in my eyes, I ain't gonna put it on you, but I don't feel like we have a lot of depth at linebacker, and I feel like we are fairly that's our most inexperienced position right now.
Mm-hmm.
So when you got a lot of depth at defensive line, you can hide those linebackers behind that great defensive line.
Of course.
And with those big frames like Crawford and Malik, you can get a situation where you can let those linebackers move because those guys have to block those big bodies and double those big bodies, so that free up that linebacker, these young linebackers, to roam and step up and make plays. So I like it.
I'll answer the question. Do you think? Because I'm gonna answer this question before. I'm gonna ask the question and answer it. The question is: do you think Malik Blocton is the type of player that can take over a game? I'm gonna answer yes. I believe he is. I believe Malik Blocton is that kind of guy that can legit take over a game and be able to dictate what an offense does when it gets to 3rd and 4, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 2. I believe he's that type of talented. I believe just based off of the flashes that I saw last year. Based off of the flashes that I saw last year, I'm telling you this right here, man. I'm telling you this. The talent, I think we all agree that the talent is there. The talent is through the roof. I just want to see the technique get better. I just want to see him. I want to see the hands, the feet, hips, not so. Please understand when I say this, I'm not. This is all just in evaluating the player. I just want to see how his hands are. I want to see if he can get off blocks. I want to see if he can control bigger guys with what the narrative is going to be around him if he doesn't add that weight on as an undersized interior defensive lineman. I want to see if he's going to be able to control 320 pound plus men on the inside. I want to see what his first step looks like. I want to see how quick that first step is when the ball is snapped. I want to see if when the ball is snapped, is he getting pushed back or is he doing the pushing and he's 1 yard on the other side of the line of scrimmage. That's what I want to see. Hips, defense line, loose hips, okay, cool. Can he bend? Yeah, if he can bend and pick up a fumble, I think he's athletic enough to do that. You know what I'm saying? But yes, the question I asked, is he that type of guy that can dominate a game? I honestly feel like he is. What you think?
I do. I really do think he can take over a game. We've seen glimpses of it, so I really think he can be that guy. Back to what you were saying about what you want to see. I really want to see this year. I want to see our defensive line keep those big guards and centers from getting up to the next level on these young linebackers. I want to see him on 3rd down get pressure in big time situations, because I feel like a lot of times it was on the edge. The edge kept us alive, and sometimes the edge was our faults. But if you get that pressure up the middle, that helped that edge out. So it's just at a certain point, I want to see how his game evolves from year 1 to year 2 as well. But I also want to see how his game affects the rest of the defensive line and in the defense in general. Because the thing about it is, with his position, him being a D tackle, you can't be a selfish player at that position.
especially in this defensive scheme.
Yeah, you can't be a selfish player. Your job is to allow those linebackers to roam. If you get a tackle, if you can blow it up, do your thing. But
Mhm.
your job is to allow those linebackers to roam. And if he can take care of that, let everything else take care of itself.
Yeah, one of the critiques I had of this defensive line last year was I thought the edges did pretty well, especially with Jalen McLeod coming off the edge, and then of course you had Keldrick Faulk who came on towards the end of the season. But the one thing that I said that I thought this defense was missing was a very dominant. I don't even think it had to be a dominant, presence, but it had to be something that the quarterback knew that it was going to be there. Dominant would be great. You want somebody dominant in the middle. The thing is, my criticism was I wanted us to have somebody that can get a push up in the quarterback's face right in front of him. Because when I went back and watched the Cal game last year, and I watched Mendoza, who was the Cal quarterback last year. If you watch that game, stepping up in the pocket, all he did was just step in the pocket. They were getting pressure on the end. They were rushing the deepest shoulder of the quarterback so they can contain him. But the thing was, when he stepped up in the pocket, guess what? It gave him that extra second to 2 seconds to analyze the field and to get the ball to wherever he needed to get it to. But the thing, and then when you look at some of the plays that happened last year with him, when you look at other quarterbacks like that, when you have a dominant pass rush that can get pressure in the quarterback's face, it collapses the pocket, because what that happens is he have to turn left, turn right, whichever way he has to go. And if the pressure is coming from the outside and they're rushing the deepest shoulder of the quarterback, 9 times out of 10, well, I'm gonna say 8 times. 8 times out of 10, that is going to result in a sack. 8 times out of 10, if that happens. Just because the pocket collapsed. But when you don't have pressure in the quarterback's face, the thing is, excuse me, when you don't have pressure in the quarterback's face, that allows the quarterback to step up in the pocket, which is the reason why a lot of quarterback coaches tell their quarterbacks to step up in the pocket instead of escaping to the right or to the left most of the time, because there's not a dominant pass rush in their face most of the time, unless you got Aaron Donald on your team or Nick Fairley. You know what I'm saying? Or Derek Brown. You had those type of guys on your team.
Wow, we miss you.
Or Jalen Carter, who you saw what the Eagles did in the Super Bowl this not too long ago. But the thing is, you're not getting many guys that have a pass rush that's coming to their face. And if we can get a guy, if Malik Blocton can be that guy, I know Jordan Crawford's gonna do it. I know he's gonna do it, because I'm telling you, he's gonna be the best player in college football before he leave Auburn. I'm telling you that. I've said that plenty of times. If we
I hope you're right, man.
I know I'm right. I know I'm right.
I hope you're right.
Have y'all seen this man? Have y'all seen Jordan Crawford? Let's not get into it, because I'll pull the video out. I'll pull the video out on y'all right now. I will pull it out. I will pull the video out on y'all right now. And you know what? I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it tonight. I'm not gonna do it. But the thing is, if we can get a dominant pass rush in the quarterback's face, guess what? The quarterback can't step up in the pocket. And guess what happens when the quarterback can't step up in the pocket? And if you're rushing the deepest shoulder of the quarterback with Keldrick Faulk and Keyron Crawford coming off the edges, if you have that, the pocket collapse. And you know what that turns into? It turns into sacks. That's what it turns into. So, hey, it is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we're going to take a break right here at halftime, man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us. Let's go ahead. Let's head to halftime. We'll be back after this.
You don't out your seats. It's halftime.
Do you want to feel like a star? Then go to Hollywood Media, and you'll be shining. From sports interviews, athletic highlight tapes, athletic photography, Hollywood Media will make you the star of all stars. Feel like a star on the most important days of your life. from college graduation to saying I do to your forever person. Let Hollywood Media make your event star-studded. Subscribe and follow on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. And follow on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's. Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Yo, shout out to our guy DJ, man. Day one support of the Water Cooler Talk podcast. As always, man, we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler. As always, man, you want to feel like a star, follow on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media, and follow on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's. As always, man, we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler, and we thank you so much for making it your listen every day. I don't know why I said that, but okay. Why is the StreamYard logo up there? What's going on?
I don't know.
Hey, we're going to keep it rolling. It is what it is. I guess. We'll figure it out. I don't know. It's interesting. It just popped up too. Like, that's just new. I don't know who's over that. Anyway, excuse me, before we move back into this, man. My bad. Something just popped up on my phone. All right, we good to go. All right, man. So take a look at some of the comments before we keep it moving, man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here, man. Let's see, man. He said, I bet Zach Black will be happy about Carson. I know he probably be happy about Carson Davis, man. Carson Davis got $34.5 million guaranteed, $60 million over 3 years with the Patriots, man. The Patriots doing work. Shout out to Mike Vrabel and the Patriots, man. They trying to get their defense back together, man.
They wanted him to be the coach from the beginning.
Of course, man. And that's the only thing that got me upset about that whole situation. That man got 1 year. I was like, come on, bro. Gerard Mayo got 1 year. And I'm like, bro, what are y'all doing, man? What are y'all doing? But hey, it's the NFL. It is what it is, I guess, man. Teams gonna not be learned to Keldrick on the edge, so that opens up Malik. Okay. All right. So he's saying because teams are gonna be hip to Keldrick fault, this is gonna help Malik Blocton become that dominant guy in the middle. Okay. I like that, man. Fresh boy. Shout out to our guy, Fresh Boy from B Ham. He said, man, the D-line finna go crazy.
Yes, I agree.
He said the D-line finna go crazy, man. 50 Cent come back and said, man, the biggest leap of improvement and development is usually from the first year to the second year. So, I hope so, man. That's what they say. They say that's normally what they say. They normally say it in games. So they say the biggest in a season. They say the biggest leap in a season for a team is normally from the first game to the second game. So I'm guessing the same thing for seasons go as well. So it's going to be interesting, man. Man, on paper, our defense is going to be top 3 or 5 with all the potential we got. Yeah, that's the thing, though, man. I was watching Cole Kubelik. Shout out to Cole Kubelik. Hopefully one day we'll have him on the show. If you're watching this, Cole Kubelik, please reach out to us. We want you on the show. And he gave out his top 5 defenses in the SEC. I believe he had Texas 1, he had Missouri 2, he had Alabama 3, he had Oklahoma 4, and he had Georgia 5. And he didn't rank everybody else, but he went through all the other teams. But he said, but this is the thing he said about Auburn. He said Auburn had a lot of potential. He said Auburn has a lot of guys on their squad that potentially could be takeover type guys. That's the reason why I asked that question earlier, because I realize why I asked that question, because he said that. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens there moving forward. Malik has been working hard on techniques this offseason. He will draw a lot of double teams, going to give offensive fits. Man, that's what we need. That's what we need. If he's able to give a push up front and be able to push offensive guards and centers backwards, if he's able to do that and cause havoc there, yes, he's doing his job very, very well. So it is what it is, man. We hope. That's what he doing, man. Tim the Tool Man, what's going on, Tool Man? We hope you're doing good, my guy. What's going on, man? He's speaking to everybody, man. What's up? What's up? He's saying Malik Archer gonna be a problem too. Listen, man, all these guys gonna be a problem, but I'm telling y'all, I have an affinity to Jordan Crawford. I just got an affinity to the guy. I think dude gonna be that deal, man. I just think that dude gonna be that deal. I'm telling you, man.
Or maybe on the show, man. Nick is he strongly believe in you.
We do. I do. I know I do. Or maybe Malik becomes the next Nick Fairley. Ooh. Okay. I like that. What you think? You think he become the next Nick Fairley?
I'm hoping. I appreciate it, Tim.
Yeah.
I'm hoping though.
If he become the next Nick Fairley,
we can win with that.
yes.
We can win with that.
And that's the thing, though. I'm put it like this: if he becomes the next Nick Fairley, is he okay? I'm gonna ask you this. If he becomes the next Nick Fairley, is he overperforming based on his talent? Because I don't think anybody is projecting him to be that. And I might be wrong.
I don't think he'll be. I wouldn't consider it overperforming.
Okay. All right. Because here's the thing about is he bull dodging or bulldozering? Did I read that right? Bull dodging or bulldozering? Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing though. I mean, because the thing about it was the thing about the narrative behind Nick Fairley when he was at Auburn was the fact that when he wanted to play, it was hard. It was very hard to guard. It was very hard to block him when he wanted to. But when he didn't want to, it was just like, whatever. It is what it is. You know. But when he wanted to, he was a problem. So are we looking at that type of talent? The guy can just turn it on and turn it off whenever they want to and when they don't? Are we saying that?
I need him to keep it on.
Yeah, keep it on. We need that faucet to stay on. We need that keep that water flowing.
Keep it on.
Terrence Bradley, man. Sorry, guys. I'm starting from the top. Missed half of the show. Man, it's cool, man. We appreciate you stopping by with us, though, man. We appreciate you. How long until our pass rush looks like the Eagles did, crushing O-lines before? Hopefully this year.
Hopefully this year. We got the talent.
And it just goes into for years to come, man. I'm just hoping. He said, damn, Nick, read my mind. Yeah, what I read? I guess when I said that about the Eagles, I'm guessing that's what it was. Okay. All right. Shout out D Brown. What up? Yes, sir. Shout out to Derek Brown, bro. That's what I'm talking about, man. Brad Browning, what's going on, my guy? He said, late. We appreciate you stopping by, Brad. As always, my guy. We appreciate you. Auburn Dad, what's up, man? Man, I say fourth game of the season is when he's saying that I guess he's saying when we'll start seeing the D line start dominate like that. That's what I'm talking about. Brad, shout out DJ.
Yeah, I need the week one.
What do you think we got the pieces now?
I need that week one.
Hey, we'll see what's up. I hope so, man. That's gonna be interesting to see.
I need that defensive line to come out week one playing.
Hey, I mean, they say defense travels, right? That's what they say. They say defense travels, doesn't it?
Yeah, it should.
Him and say I got beef with Holly. His price is too good for priceless. What? Stop it, man. Stop it. I think we have the pieces. Just the O-line, they are going to have the gel. I think the O-line gonna be fine. It depends on who's gonna be the right tackle. I think Xavier Chaplin is gonna fit in like a glove. It really depends on what happens with Xavier Miller and Mason Murphy. That's what it is. Jamie Sherwood got 45 minutes. What? For real? Hold up. He did. That must be the going rate right now for safeties yes, he back 45. I mean, for linebackers and safeties, because I believe dude from the 49ers, he got a 3-year $45 million deal as well. How much of that is guaranteed money? So if he got 45, I mean, he probably got what, 15 to 18 million guaranteed. Man, no, he got 30 million guaranteed.
This is some deep.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He got a 3-year $45 million contract to go back to the Jets. Jamie Sherwood did 30 million guaranteed. So out of that 30 million that's guaranteed, I'm guessing non-injury guarantees probably is what, about 18, somewhere between 16 to 18 million. But then the injury guarantees is probably another 12. So they probably got to put up 18 in a trust just to make sure, because he got to get it over that time period. Man, that's crazy. Shout out to Jamie and Sherwood, man. Shout out to Jamie and Sherwood. That's what
Get
I'm
your
talking
money, dog. Get your money.
I think I just read too where Darius Slayton just went back to the Giants as well. Man, look at that. Look at that. Look at all that Auburn. Look at all the Auburn. All the Auburn, man. Is it football season yet? I hope so, man. I hope so. We getting there, bro. We getting there. We almost in the middle of March, ladies and gentlemen. We are almost in the middle of March. And guess what? Guess what? 2 weeks from tomorrow, spring practice starts. So, hey, we almost getting there, bro. Before you know it, we'll be at SEC Media Days. And then before you know that, it'll be fall camp. And then it'll be football season once again. So I'm telling y'all, man, it's going to be great. If your name is Malik and you a D lineman, you got to be a problem. I agree. I feel you on that.
That's hilarious.
Do they kick him inside to play 3 tech behind Blocton and Dallas Walker or QJT or QJT at nose? I'm gonna be honest with you, 50. I don't know if we ain't really heard nothing about Zackevius Walker. We really haven't heard anything about Zackevius Walker to be real with you. Like, he's still on the team, but the thing about it is, like, we ain't really heard nothing about him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been kind of quiet, which is kind of surprising to me. You know what I'm saying? But what I think would happen in that best position, it probably
Transfer.
Nah, I don't think he's gonna transfer. But the thing is, like, you got so many people. You got Amarius Williams, you got Jamonte Waller, you got Kildren Falk, Joe Phillips, you got all these guys, Keyron Crawford, the edge positions. Like, who he gonna play in front of?
Transfer.
So I mean, he probably might have to go to that. He probably might have to go to that 3 technique. To be honest with you, Nick Fairley was lazy. He was great when he wanted to be. That's what I'm saying. That was the whole narrative behind him. When he wanted to play, he was a problem. He was a problem. They said, "Do you want Amari Cooper back?"
It's not too many good veteran receivers outside the DeAndre Hopkins in the what's name right now. I feel like that's gonna be durable. So I can see us going back on Amari Cooper. But am I excited about it? No.
Really? Y'all don't want Amari Cooper, a veteran receiver? I'll take Amari Cooper right now in Carolina.
Yeah.
I'll take him in Carolina right now.
Hey, I'll line up for you in Carolina too, cause I just stopped the police.
Man, chill out, bro. Chill out. We get back. We had a pretty decent first day of free agency.
Right.
Just gonna be honest with you. We had a pretty decent first day of free agency, man. I'm just gonna tell you, man. It is what it is. It says Zackevius Walker fell off the face of the earth. It does feel like that, doesn't it? Like, you just ain't really heard nothing about him. You just really never heard anything about him. This dude's still on this Gusman. Okay, whatever. Let's not get into that conversation. Sorry, everybody getting broke off to play football. Righteously, bro. You ain't lying. They are getting broke off to play. Yep. Man, the salary cap. I think I read somewhere the salary cap has went up more than $100 million since COVID, and it's projected to go up every year for the next 10 years, just because the NFL just is a machine, bro. So it is what it is, man. But let's get back to this Auburn football, man. All right. So if you had to project Malik Blocton stat line this year, what was it last year? 16 total tackles, had 1.5 sacks, 15 total tackles, 1.5 sack. Well, he had like 5 tackles for loss or something like that.
4
tackles for loss. What are we looking at this year? What are we looking at from Malik Blocton this year for Auburn on this defensive line in order for him to be what we consider to be dominant?
I think what we consider to be dominant and what his stat line gonna be ain't gonna match up, but I think we can still consider him dominant, because I think with our depth, it's gonna be so much rotating defensive line. A lot of people gonna get a piece of that pie. Mm-hmm. So stat wise, I'm big on what he does for me in the passing game. So I really want to see from an interior 4 to 5 sacks. I accept, about 10, 11 tackle for loss. So, I'm not really banking on him to get a lot of tackles with the depth that we have, but I think with the PT that he's gonna be a big contributor.
Okay.
I really want to see what he does in the passing game. That's my thoughts on it.
If you saying this man is gonna have 10, you said what, 10 to 11 tackles for loss? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
If that's the case, man, he all SEC. He first team. He got.
I think he's gonna be all SEC this year. I stand on that.
Whew.
I really think he's gonna be all SEC this year. I think he's just that good. And you were talking about it. I think he can be Nick Fairley. I think he can be better. Remember, Nick Fairley did come from JUCO. Like, this dude is a true freshman. And if he sticks his time out of Auburn, I think he could be better when it's all said and done.
So you telling me he'll win what award? What was that award? Was that the Lombardi Award? That Nick Fairley won. So we saying we'll have a Lombardi Trophy winner.
I think with his skill set, I think he can. But what I think and what reality is in college football is two different. I think if he stays, he will be. But it's with how it is now. Is if you don't produce right now, it's next man up. You're gonna end up probably transferring out. So I hope that he gets a chance to live out his full potential at Auburn.
All right, I'm gonna say this. I think he's gonna be dominant, but I don't think it's gonna actually show up on the stat sheets, to be completely honest with you. I think he's gonna be dominant in ways to where scouts are gonna see it and be like, all right, he contributed in a way to where it helped other people.
True.
That's how I see it happen. Like, I don't think what was 15 total tackles last year, 1.5 sack, 4 tackles for loss. I think if I had to predict this season, I think you're probably looking at him somewhere in the range of probably 23, 24 total tackles, maybe 25. I think he probably can get to 3 sacks on the season, 3, maybe 4 sacks on the season. Probably around that same 4, somewhere between 4 to 6 tackles for loss, just based on the scheme that he's playing. Now, if he comes out and he busting it, and you talking about this dude in the first 6 weeks before the break, I mean the first 5 weeks before the break, not the first 5 weeks, excuse me, the first 4 weeks before the break, you telling me that, not my bad, I was right, the first 5 weeks, because they play Baylor, Ball State, South, Oklahoma, Texas A&M. So the first 5 weeks before the break, you telling me this dude is at, 12 total tackles, somewhere between 12 and 15 total tackles, what he had last year. In the first 5 weeks, he's at his production of what he had last year. Then we potentially looking at this guy potentially can have in a season 30, 35, 38 tackles in the season at the 3 technique position. We potentially we can see him do the season. If that happens, I think he's all American. I think he could potentially be all American at that particular point where he can potentially hit 40 total tackles and potentially have 6 to somewhere between 10 sacks in a season, and like 10 tackles for, come on, bro. Come on. If we looking at that, like, bruh.
I'm gonna be staying in the backfield. That's why I give him. I hope he has a lot of tackles. I hope he keeps his head in the backfield. Sure.
I mean, I'm just saying. If he comes out the first 5 weeks of the season and his production in the first 5 weeks matches his total production from last year, he got a chance to be around that, somewhere between that 35 and 38 tackle mark of total tackles. He can possibly be, 5 to 10 sacks. Like if we looking at that from that position, from the 3 tech position in his Auburn defense, yeah, man, he got to be all SEC. And then coming into his junior year, he has to be considered one of the top guys probably coming out after his junior year if he has that type of season this year. Gotta be. But I'm still gonna be looking at the little things. I'm gonna be looking at his first step. I'm gonna be looking at his hands. I'm gonna be looking at how he plays with his hands. Because one thing that I learned from watching tape one thing I learned from listening and watching other people that has done the scouting thing a whole lot longer than what I have, is that a lot of people say is that pass rushers, they pass rush with their hands. So they use their hands very, very well.
Gotta have violent hands. You see Aaron Donald be taking knives and stuff, man.
Got to.
He be doing all other type of stuff with his hands.
So when you looking at that, you gotta see how their hands are. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be looking at that this year. I'm also gonna be seeing if he adds some weight on as well too. So it's gonna be interesting to see as well what happens there, man. Because I'm telling you, if he has a breakout season, I think a breakout season for him is 35 plus tackles, total tackles, probably somewhere around 6 to 8 tackles for loss, maybe probably about 4 or 5 sacks. I think that's a breakout season. I think that's something that we are saying. That's it. If he has that type of season, his sophomore campaign, going into his junior year, he has to be considered one of the top guys that potentially can come out as a junior in the draft, coming from a 3-tech position, having that type of season. I'm just saying. I mean, because you look at what Dallas Walker did last year. Dallas Walker had, if I'm not mistaken, Dallas Walker the fourth, who's coming in, who's transferring in. I think he had 45 total tackles last year when he was with Western Kentucky. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he had a forced fumble, and I think he had 3 or 4 sacks. So if he's able to come in and do that, or somewhere near that,
is Blocton your full-time starter?
That's the question. Because I'm telling you, I think Jordan Crawford gonna come in. I think Jordan Crawford gonna be that guy, man. That's it. I think what you're gonna end up seeing is, like I've always said, I feel like when Jordan Crawford hit campus, I mean not hit campus, but when the season started, hit the field, I always say about week 6, he's gonna be competing for a starting spot. I've said that, and I'm gonna stick by that one. I am high. I'm head and heels over.
So is it a world that we see Jordan Crawford before we see Malik Blocton?
No, I think Malik Blocton ain't gonna start. I think he's gonna start the season.
Okay.
I think Malik Blocton start the season. I'm not gonna go that far. That's what I'm saying. I don't see him. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening, man. I don't see Jordan Crawford coming in unless Jordan Crawford just comes in this spring and just start disrupting crap, and then next thing you know, in fall camp, he just did, like, we gotta put him on the field. Like, unless you start seeing that, Malik Autry come in and do that, or Antonio Coleman come in and do that. Unless you just start seeing that, I think Malik Blocton is the guy. I think he is, because he showed enough last year to give him that.
To give him the start, yeah, I agree with that.
He showed enough last year for that to happen. Shout out to everybody getting broke out. Yes, sir. That's right, man. Although Gus didn't help Jason, I think Art Browse did more, but definitely I feel what you're saying. EJ Harris. Does anybody know what EJ Harris ended up transferring to Memphis? It was either Middle Tennessee or Memphis. Wherever Kendall Simmons is the offensive line coach, that's where he is right now. Middle Tennessee. That's where he is. It's Middle Tennessee. Travell said Malik Blocton looked like the notorious B.I.J. Man, stop, bro. Stop. Robert Smith said Malik is good, but still young, not heavy enough. Yeah, we talked about that earlier in the show. We were talking about, like, his
Robert. What's up, Robert?
Yeah, what's going on, Robert, man? Hope you're good, my guy. We talked about that earlier in the show. We were talking about, him, like, his size, like, him being able to play with his hands and then having that comp. Marcus brought up the fact of him possibly, looking at what Aaron Donald was. Could he be a comp of, like, Aaron Donald? Could he be that type of guy? Could we get him strong enough to where he's able to play in the middle as what would be considered an undersized defensive, 3-tech technique interior lineman? Would he be able to comp out at somewhere like that? But it is what it is. Hopefully, I mean, could he add? But the thing is, my question was, could Malik Blocton add 10 to 15, maybe 20 more pounds onto his frame? Because I believe he was playing at 290, 291 last year. Could he add, that 10 to 20 more pounds on his frame, and could he still be able to be as effective off the ball, quick, strong as he was, as the glimpses we saw this year. We would have to be able to see, man.
With the heavy bodies that we have at that position, I would like for him to stay at his size, just for pure, just to have a pass rusher in that interior. Yeah, I know.
Athleticism. I agree with you. I feel what you're saying. Having a smaller guy there that can basically do what they do, but not as big.
That's gonna be key on third downs, bro.
It is. It will be, especially if you can have him in the, if you can keep him at 300 and under, right? And let's just say it's 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, right? And you want to get like a speed package on the field, but you still want to keep that strength there. Could you throw a Malik Blocton out there at a 3 technique that could potentially, give you a rip move, give you a spin move, see what moves he have in his repertoire? Could he give you a bull rush? To give you some type of push in the back?
Just imagine him coming back. And like when we had Asante, just imagine blitzing the middle linebacker with speed right beside him and split the A gap. Make that center make a decision. That's gonna be tough with him coming off the ball. I mean, the guard.
Interesting. That is a good point.
Make the guard make a decision. That's gonna be tough.
I feel you on that. That's an interesting point. Robert Smith said, "Man, best pod on Auburn football." Man, we appreciate that, man.
That's high praise. That's praise. That's high praise.
We appreciate that, my guy. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us, man. He can, but not this year. What? Huh? Okay. All right. Okay. It is what it is. You talking about put the weight on? Okay. All right. That's what you talk about. Okay. I get what you're saying. All right. That's what's up.
I don't want to see him heavy, man.
He could. That could be his play. His play. The play could be that he just want to be the comp to Aaron Donald. Because didn't Aaron Donald get up to 300 pounds at one point in time? Well, he got close to it at one point in time. He got up there to it.
But that man got like you were speaking on earlier. You got to have violent hands. That man got violent hands, bro.
But that's the thing, though. I mean, but that's what we're saying. Like Blocton, that's something that he can work on. That's something that he can legit work on during the year, during his offseason, to where he's working on his first step. He's working on the hand placement, where the hand is supposed to be. He's working on where he does not want the offensive lineman to put. He doesn't want the offensive lineman to get his hand in the breastplate part of his shoulder pads. You don't want to get turned as a 3 tech. You don't want to get your shoulders parallel. I mean, not parallel, but perpendicular to the line of scrimmage. Because if that happens, guess what? If they running the ball, they running right off your butt, right behind you. You can't see it. You know what I'm saying? So you trying to stay square to the line. You're trying to keep your shoulders parallel to the line. So working on majority of that is just strength stuff. That's weight room.
I'm gonna say he got to get in the weight room. You got to get on that shoot. You got to get on that sit, man. It's a nice little off season waiting for you.
That's all it is. That's just weight room stuff. That's all it is. Once he get that weight, I mean, and I'm not sitting here saying he's not a strong dude, because I'm pretty sure once he got to college, I'm pretty sure he started out at 225 on the bench press. I'm pretty sure they was repping 225 on the bench press for what it was. It is what it is, but it is. I mean, so I'm not saying he's weak at all, but I'm just saying when you look at him now and you look at what he's going to go up against this year, and then when you project to where he's trying to get to in the NFL, I'm just saying there were some big dudes in the interior, also offensive line. I'm just saying.
You got to get on that sled, man. You got to do some sled work. You got to do some squats.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's the time of the year. What a most wonderful time.
You heard me. What's factual?
He said best album pod.
Oh, best album pod. Yeah, man, we appreciate that, man. We appreciate that. Oh, Aaron Donald was 285. Aaron Donald never got to 300. He never got to 300 pounds. Not one time in his career. He never got close to 300.
I can't remember a time.
I just always knew he was very lean and very, very, very strong. I remember when dude took his shirt off, dude had abs. I was like, that ain't how.
He worked out. He got real good.
Hey, how D-line was supposed to look. Like, what's going on here, dude? Now, most D-line I knew had bellies. That was weird. But it is what it is, man. Marcus, man, what you got to say to people before we get up out of here, boss?
Hey, man, y'all have a safe week, man. We'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Hey, be blessed and see y'all. Like I said, see y'all tomorrow, man. Come back tomorrow.
Yes, sir, man. As always, before we get up out of here, man, follow us on Facebook at the Water Cooler Talk Podcast on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk. Follow us on Twitter at CoolerSpot23. Follow us on Twitter at CoolerSpot23. Follow us on Twitter at CoolerSpot23. If you know an athlete, or if you are an athlete and you want to get an edit done, DM us on Twitter at CoolerSpot23 because we're doing edits now. So let us know, man. We'll be happy to help you out, man. Just let us know and we'll make that happen for you. And as always, subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell button here on YouTube so you know when we post more videos and when we go live here on YouTube, man. As always, man, we thank y'all so much for always coming around the water cooler with us, fellas, and just kicking it with us, man. We appreciate y'all so much for always coming around, and your presence is always appreciated, man. We thank y'all so much, man. Huggy Beard said, great show, man. We appreciate y'all so much. Thank you so much, man. Thank you that you love the show. The legend of Sweet Sugar Bear Williams. And then, of course, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. He said, thanks, fellas. War damn equal to you, man. 50 Cent. We appreciate you, my guy, man. As always, man. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, around the water cooler. As always, King Richard with the great show, fam. Shout out to King Richard, man. We appreciate you, my man. He said, I need to edit my sack tapes. If you can, I don't know if we can convert those VHSs to digital right now. Maybe.
What? You gotta dust off. You gotta dust off them things. That what?
It is what it is, bro. It is what it is.
Then you gotta go find a VCR.
It's like we gotta find a
VCR, boy.
Yes, sir. He said $5.95. Let's get it. Yeah, we 5 people away.
If you don't, you don't.
We are 5 people away from 600 subscribers. 5 people, man. 5 people away from 600 subscribers. We almost there, man. You got the old jokes. No, we ain't got the old jokes. We just telling the truth. That's what it is. That's all that is. That's it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we'll be back around the water cooler tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, man. We thank y'all so much for rocking with us here around the water cooler. Before we get out of here, as always, you all have a good one. Better yet, you all have a great one. As always, you all be blessed. Make sure you give the man upstairs above his thanks. And until tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, we are out. One love. And as always, we out this mug. I can say it now.
Boys and girls of all ages, you're tuned into the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, the biggest podcast in the world. Yeah.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Water Cooler Talks with your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick. Make sure you like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so that you never miss an episode.